tickets. General admission only $50. VIP $100. Get your tickets on Island e-tickets and cachet while stocks last. Saturday, 19th October. Total local night in Tobago Carnival at Vibes, the event space.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe. Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Wednesday night from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. live on The Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079 or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember, every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. and Wednesday at 7:05 p.m. live on The Street 919 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on The Street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on The Street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845-349-5178 or 342-7303.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Iwer and Oscar B. presents Breakfast Jam at Vibes Event Space, formerly Shade Nightclub, Sunday 27th October, 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Featuring popular artiste and an all-star DJ cast. Early bird tickets $300. Breakfast inclusive. Tickets available on ticketfederation.com and cachet stores nationwide, or call 620-3057 or 684-4528. Breakfast Jam at Vibes Event Space.
We don't beat girl, but we beat from bad. We beat from bad.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
News from the Street 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I'm Chinaka Phipps and this is your news on the Street 919 FM. In the headlines, mother and baby chopped to death. Woman chopped by masked men. Jaden has been laid to rest. Fire officers share concerns because of slashed budget for equipment. And internationally, tonight, Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall in Florida. On top of the news, going through the tragic experience of abuse over the years a mother and her 14-month-old baby endured ended in their horrific death when a male relative went hysterical on October 8, chopping them to death. 34-year-old Tara Geeta Ramsaroop and daughter Jada Mutilal were discovered at 11 a.m. The suspect walked to the home of nearby relatives and told them he had done something bad. He took a piece of rope, jumped into his vehicle and drove off. A neighbor saw the baby lying face down on a bloody mattress and called the police, who also found the mother's body when they arrived. Calls were made to Tara's son's school, where an immediate lockdown happened. The suspect also threatened to harm the boy. Threats to end their lives happened on numerous occasions. The 29-year-old's close male relative was taken into police custody hours after their bodies were discovered. The sister of the deceased, Jasodra Rajaram, blamed the police for not acting upon numerous domestic violence reports and protection orders that Ramsaroop, her younger sister, had obtained against the suspect. She stated several reports against him at the Barrackpore police station and obtained 4 police protection orders, and nothing was done.
I always keep torturing she built her own house. I keep torturing she going by, she beaten he go with blades a couple of times. It have numerous report against report in the station, and they never do nothing. They have 4 protection order in the station, they never serve she. They never serve him it, right? Up to last week, he go and he break in she house, thief $4,000 something. She make a report again, they never do nothing about it. Up till last night she was with me, and from when I get to here, everybody's saying she come here, but she didn't come here today. He was by the school waiting for she. I don't know what he do and make she come here. When she come here now, I get to hear that he killed she and the child, and he keeps saying he gonna kill him, she and the 2 children. I keep talking to she and telling she don't send the children. Only last after 7 months. Prior coming down, she used to send the children, but she stopped sending them only Saturday. He meet she number 2 by the junction. And when he meet she, I don't know what they discussed and what they didn't discuss. But she ended up dropping the children Saturday for here. And then after, when she come to work, I tell her she apparently, I said, why you drop the children? You don't afraid he kill them? She said no, she don't feel he could do that. I don't know what is it he tells you, he didn't tell she. But today, he was by the school waiting when she took out his son. I don't know what happened and she reached here. And the call that I get is that he killed them. He killed the 2 of them inside.
In further news, a 64-year-old woman was the victim of a cutlass attack allegedly by her ex-son-in-law. Around 6 p.m. on Monday, 7th October, Kalapi Dukuran was sitting on a chair outside of her home at Burridge Trace, South Orapooch, when a car known to her drove up. 2 masked men armed with cutlasses exited and attacked Dukuran, slashing her about the body. The men then drove off in the car. Dukuran was rushed to hospital, where she is listed in stable condition. In more stories, days after Jaden Lalchan committed suicide, he was laid to rest on Tuesday the 8th at the Junior and D's Convention Center in Princestown. Family, friends, and his schoolmates all came together to pay their final respects. Loved one described Lalchan as a kind, creative, and loving soul who had already decided on his career path in information technology. Pastor Judge Gajaram Singh also had questions about the bully responsible for Lalchan's death. Was it worth it? Is this what you wanted? Gajaram Singh asked, pointing to Lalchan's casket. Gajaram Singh said it was a stark reminder of what can happen when people remain silent about bullying. This is what happens when we do not act, he said. He called on support for children. Jaden Lalchan's cousin told St. Stephen's College students at his funeral they were never alone and urged them to find help if they were being bullied. After Lalchan's death, outraged members of the public took to social media posting pictures of a boy they alleged to be Jaden's bully and his family. Many also called for people to boycott the family's businesses. Meanwhile, according to media reports, ACP Wayne Meister signaled his intent to relaunch an anti-bullying campaign at schools in the Southern Division, followed by Southwestern and then the Central Division. He said the circumstances around Larchar's death were being investigated and a file would be sent to the Direct Public Prosecutions. More in news. Over the years, we would have heard on the media of several complaints with fire stations lacking fire trucks and only for having a functional Jaws of Life tool. The Fire Officers Association is worried about the decision to slash the fire services budget for buying vehicles and equipment by more than half. Head of the association, Keon Guy, would have said he was tremendously concerned over the reduction in the allocation in the 2025 budget compared to last year. With reported figures, he stated last year the TTFS was allocated $11.2 million for new vehicles and equipment, and although the estimated spend was only $714,000, the figure has been reduced to just $4 million in this year's budget. This was part of the almost $7 million decrease in the draft estimates for development programs allocated to the TTFS in fiscal 2025. Guy suggested the association feels ignored and says he wants answers. Further elaborating, the government has not bought new fire trucks in more than 10 years and added the issues facing the TTFS were not being taken seriously. But Guy's concerns are seemingly being addressed as National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines has said a number of fire trucks have been ordered. And internationally, Milton will make landfall in Florida as a major hurricane tonight into early Thursday. Destructive, life-threatening storm surge is expected along the western Florida Gulf Coast. Devastating hurricane-force winds will occur near the coast and well inland through central Florida. Catastrophic and life-threatening flash flooding from rainfall is also expected. Several tornadoes are possible in the Florida Peninsula. Milton has grown in size over the last 24 hours with tropical storm force winds up to 125 miles from its center. It will continue to grow even larger and approach Florida, which means its impacts will affect a big area. A storm surge warning stretches along Florida's Gulf Coast from Flamingo northward to Yankeetown, including Charlotte Harbor and Tampa Bay. Part of the Atlantic coastline is also in a storm surge warning from Sebastian Inlet, Florida, northward to Altamaha Sound, Georgia, including the St. Johns River in northeast Florida. This means a life-threatening water rise from storm surge is expected in these areas late Wednesday into Thursday. Now let's take a look at your sport and weather report. In sports, U.S. Open semifinals, Francis Tiafoe cursed repeatedly at a chair umpire after losing a match at the Shanghai Masters on Tuesday. Tiafoe sent out 10 expletives in the direction of official Jimmy Pinogote during a minute-long tirade after exiting against 61st-ranked Roman Safiullin in the third round. Later, Tiafoe posted an apology on social media calling his reaction not acceptable behavior and writing, "That is not who I am and not how I ever want to treat people. I let my frustration in the heat of the moment get the best of me and I'm extremely disappointed with how I handled the situation." The ATP rulebook calls for fines of $60,000 of Masters 1000 tournaments for verbal abuse of an official. The tournament can take away prize money, and the case could also be sent to the ATP Member Fines Committee for further investigation. And that's all for sports. Now let's take a look at your weather. For the period this afternoon and tonight, the sunshine will likely be interrupted by intervals of cloudiness and showers over few areas, especially during early afternoon and favoring Trinidad. There is also a medium chance of isolated thunderstorm activity Tonight will be generally settled apart from isolated showers, gusty winds and streets of flooding are possible with heavier downpours. The remainder of the Lesser Antilles generally fair apart from isolated showers. In our temperature last night, we had a minimum temperature of 26.3 degrees in Trinidad and 28.3 degrees in Tobago. Our maximum temperature is 33 degrees in Trinidad and 33 degrees in Tobago. Our seas are slight to moderate. Waves are up to 1.5 in open waters and below 1 meter, choppy near showers in sheltered areas. Recapping the headlines: mother and baby chopped to death, woman chopped by masked men. Jaden has been laid to rest. Fire officers share concerns because of a slashed budget for equipment. And internationally, tonight's Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall in Florida. And that's all for your news. Thank you for joining me. I'm Chanaka Phipps. Do have a wonderful Wednesday.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.